Great. So welcome to our Project 3 description here. Again, to get to Project 3, you can just go to your course page underneath Projects, Project 3. The document is right there. And very quickly, I'm just going to read through the description. Blog is a great way for your business to be established a bit more and to talk some more items. And essentially, what you're going to be for Project 3 is you will pretend that you're a guest blogger for your favorite website. So in Chapter 19, which we just covered, we talked a bit about guest blogging and what that can do for you. And essentially, we want to figure out a way to pretend that we have a blog on this website and then act as a guest blogger on there. So what you'll be doing is you're going to find a website that's your favorite. And again, you can use your capstone website if you'd like, but it's not necessary. If you want to change it up a bit, that's fine too. And after you provide that URL, you will try to create like a mock-up blog thing. So again, a blog could be about anything, but usually it's about because we're making it for a website, we want to make sure that it's appropriate. And we want to pull up chapter 19 again. Because if you look through chapter 19, see here, there's a lot of information about your blog and a lot of information about how you can go through the blog as well. So you want to make sure you set your goals on the blog, everything like that as well. And there's also a page on guest blogging. So you can acknowledge your expertise and stuff as well. So in general, though, to run through this, I just got a little website here called Black Dog Gelato. And this was just a small business in Chicago with a really well-made website. And essentially what I'm going to do is inside of this website, I'm just going to grab the URL and let me make a new page here. And this will just be my Project 3 John Lynch, whatever you want it to be. But you could say stuff like URL, have that one be posted there. And then what we're going to go do is go through each of these items here. So actually, why don't we try to see if they have a blog here? They have an about for news. Great. So it looks like they have a little blog here already. And again, if your website, excuse me, if your website doesn't have a blog, it's not a huge deal. But you can always just look at this information for it. So again, the way that I found their blog is I went to about and news. News would be interesting, but it might just say about us or a blog as well. But as you can see here, Black Dog Gelato launches Pint Club to serve up its artisanal gelato all year round. And as you can see here, there's a lot of information here as well. This could actually be a press release as well in a little bit too, because it's talking about a new item. But as you can see, you can have a like and stuff too. So what I'm going to do is not copy this, but I can kind of get some inspiration from what they're talking about here. But the issue is that I'm a guest blogger. So what I need to do is, as a guest blogger, maybe make up something a bit about myself too. Maybe I could say something like I'm an expert in gelato. Maybe I eat a lot of gelato, so I'm an expert in it. And then I'm going to be discussing potential flavors and stuff like that as well. It's really up to you on how you want to do it. And you could take some time to think about it as well. But for our purpose here, I'm just going to go ahead and get an attention-getting headline. And then something that's nice to read as well. So for a guest blog, I might say something like gelato expert weighs in on gelato flavors. And again, I am just making this up as I go because this is just for an example. So definitely don't take this as the fully truth. But as you can see here, I have their flavors here as well. And really, with your website, you could just go through and act as a guest on the website as well. So I can kind of talk about anything I'd like in Project 3, but I would just want to follow the guidelines that are here. So I'm going to be able to make a nice, I have my attention getting headline here. Gelato expert weighs in on gelato flavors. And I might make this a bit bigger just to make it like this one. And we aren't, if you look at Project 3, it doesn't go into too much detail about formatting it properly. But if you remember from Project 2, we made that advertorial using a lot of shapes and sizes. So what I would say is you can also do that here if you'd like. I would say at the start, maybe just write out your guest blog as an example, and then go back into it, and then try to format it. Maybe add in some colors, add in some different backgrounds. Maybe I could make this one blue a bit more, and stuff like that, just to make it stand out a bit more. Because the reason we're doing that is we can't actually add a blog post to this website, but we can just make up a mock-up one. And then, of course, after I have my headline, I'm going to try to look at the keywords that are on the website to see if I can get some as well. So I already used a keyword, which was gelato, which is probably an important one. And so make sure you're looking at keywords to figure out the phrases that a robot would look for. And then, as well as a guest blogger, show your personality, but make sure the content fits well with the tone of the website you are blogging for. So this website here, if we read through it together, and again, you can pick any website you want. Just make sure you read through it a bit. Now let's look at our flavor here. Consistently our bestsellers and beloved by our customers with an exclamation point. A sweet, buttery gelato with lightly salted honey butter almonds, the Korean snack with a cult following. If you can see here, there's a exclamation point after each of these. They are customers. If you can see here, they're belonging to them. And it seems like a very upbeat, friendly natured thing. And it's not too crazy looking as well. It seems just like a very friendly place. So what I can do is whenever I'm walking in, whenever I'm typing up the flavors, I can speak a bit about them. I could say, well, again, this is something that you make up to talk about as a guest blogger, but I could say something like, as mentioned on their websites. On their website, Black Dog Gelato. And then I'm just going to talk a bit about the famous or the signature flavors they have. So Black Dog Gelato's signature flavors are. And then what I could do is I can maybe make a little bit of information here. I could say something like, I could actually just kind of copy these guys here. Goat cashew, goat cheese. That doesn't sound that good. Maybe it is, I'm not sure. Goat cheese caramel, and then it was chocolate, I think. And what was the other one? See here, mint cookie. So these are all ones that we can look at here. And then we could say, from here again, I don't want to take up too much of this time with my example. But from here, I'm just going to go ahead and try to, as a guest blogger, put in my own personality, but also mimic the tone as well. So if you remember, I looked at how on their website, they had a lot of exclamation points and they said R. So they're a very friendly website. And so I could just be friendly as well here. But you also want to kind of imbue your own personality to it as well. Are all delectable. And then I'm going to put an exclamation point because they had one too. And then you could say from here. And then I'm just going to type in gibberish here. So I'm trying to think of what else to type because, again, I don't want to do the full 350 words for you guys. But as you can see here, you just want to show off your personality and then make sure whatever you're talking about fits in with the tone. So maybe as my blog post, I might just be picking one of the signature flavors as, in my opinion, the best one that they have. So I could say something like, however, something like I'm not sure, because this is a gelato website, you just kind of want to keep it lighthearted. You can't really be too serious about gelato ice cream. It's not a big deal either, but it's just it's like a guest blogger. And maybe you could also make it so that you're from a different ice cream shop, and then you're like trying to do stuff with them as well. Maybe you're trying to team up together, so this might be a way to get your foot in the door. So there's a lot of different ways you can approach the idea of what you're doing for Project 3. But at the end of the day, it's a pretty straightforward project. All you would want to do is pick a website. And again, if you guys don't remember, if you guys wanted to find something, you can, let's see here. If you type Small Business Chicago, there is a website called the Small Project, and these have a bunch of businesses that you could choose from that are just small businesses, and they might have some good information too. But again, this is my example of the Project 3. So you're just going to make a guest blog post, talk a bit about what the topic is. And the main thing I want you guys to take away from this is how to search a website for their tone and the appropriate way to type up the things as well. After you have your format okay, and then the keywords are proper as well, and you go on to write over or a minimum of 300 words, you should be good to go. So again, just a little Word document full of some information here about a guest blog is fine. It doesn't need to be too complicated or anything. This one's a bit more straightforward, but I would say take some time, do some searching for these websites to figure out which ones work, and go on to make that blog post as well. But I think to make this a lot easier on yourself, make sure you read through the website, look at some of their own blog posts to get some inspiration, and then from there you'll be good to go. So if you see here, yeah, @loves local visits. Yep, so you can see we have locals here and stuff as well. And then as you just look through some of these blogs, you'll be able to figure out their tone as well. As you can see here, who doesn't have a favorite flavor with an emoji and some things? They're a bit more friendly and welcoming than a more serious or stoic website.